What's up, guys? This is BC, and we're going to do a Dark Souls 2 playthrough, Scholar of the First Sin Edition. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
Really cool opening scene there. Really good way to set the stage for this game. And we find ourselves on a pedestal in the middle of a forest. Big fan of the Dark Souls series here. Really huge fan of the minimalist storytelling. I think it's something as you get older you really appreciate. You know, not having a story jammed down your throat, actually having to care about it, and discover it and play through it on your own. So many details in this story, and we'll go through some of the lore as I play through. But first, we'll run up here and figure out what has happened to us. Just what has passed after we fell through the hole in what appeared to be a lake. Old lady told us to go somewhere. We rowed our boat out there, and now we're here.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Well, I thank you for asking. Punch this in real quick. El gato negro, cierto.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
One thing that's interesting is by now plenty of the lore has come out about Dark Souls, yet we really don't know, we don't have much information about how someone gets the dark sign, which is kind of interesting, considering it's pretty important. I guess it's just a sign that starts appearing amongst people. It's never super clear about, you know, how that starts. I'm gonna go with the Bandit as an old callback to an old video challenge I did for Epic Name Bro back in the day for Dark Souls 1. It was a pretty cool challenge where
all people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Pretty cool. Anyway, before I was interrupted by them, I was saying I had done a boss challenge for Epic Name Bro about 5 years ago. And I actually had an old channel that I was unable to really continue. But in the challenge, it was basically don't level your character up, don't level his weapons up. Or actually, maybe you could level the weapons up, but no rings, no leveling up of the character, and then basically go through the bosses and see how far you can get. And I got to Ornstein and Smo and defeated them without having leveled up, you know, the character, the weapon. I wasn't wearing rings. It was a pretty cool moment. Through here, this is the first ring of the game, this stone ring, this big creature up here. I guess it's an ogre. Big hippo son of a gun. I have a shield? I guess I don't. I have a bow. Okay. It's really helpful to bait that sit attack. It definitely gives you some time to get out of the way and get the hits in. But anyway, that character who did all that cool stuff was a bandit as well. And I usually play as a knight, so what's that on? Maybe be able to finish him? Okay, nice, not bad. And again, he drops that first ring, which is a really great way to start the game off here. Pop it right on. And what does it say? Stone ring, the beloved ring of the gallant, shieldless Lothian, formerly of Forrest. Hits greatly reduce enemy poise. The effect may seem trivial, but for those who comprehend how critical it is to exploit a hole in the enemy defense, the significance of this ring will be clear. So again, does a lot of poise damage. So when you hit someone, they're going to stagger, and that is good for us. Great way to start the game. Great first treasure. And it's I guess, did he give me 1,000 souls? Maybe. I guess he did give me 1,000 souls, huh? So that's, I mean, it's not a bad little way to start the game off. Also, we'll talk to this woman right here real quick.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveler, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth. The old women were once fire keepers. I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on. The old women were keepers of the fire. But now, the fire shows signs of fading, and the kingdom is beset by hollows. The old women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, fire keepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds.
Okay, so there's 3 firekeepers here. All of them are old, and they reference the lady we talked to at the beginning of the game, who has a connection to them. So possibly she's the 4th and missing firekeeper. We find out later who she is. But one of the themes of the Souls games is the distortion of reality. At least in this area, we've fallen into somewhat of a purgatory, so to speak, a limbo. And I mean, even the characters, the NPCs in the game call it that. Millibeth called it a limbo. And, you know, we don't know the backstory of our character. And maybe it doesn't matter. Because what person doesn't have some dark past or something that they're not, you know, maybe ashamed about or something? I don't know. There's a backstab, jeez. But anyway, I guess saying that no human's perfect. Everyone has, you know, things they regret, whatnot. So maybe, you know, doesn't matter who this Joe is. Over there we see the gender change coffin. If you defeat that hippo guy and then his hippo buddy behind that hill over there, you can enter the coffin and change your gender. So pretty progressive there from old FromSoft. Pick up a dagger. Picking up weapons. Multiple weapons is good in this game. Weapons degrade pretty fast. It's the little red bar right under the weapon on the directional pad. So having a couple good weapons, and the Bandit's cool because he starts with a bow. Having a ranged weapon and a couple good melee weapons is very advisable because you don't want to be halfway through a level and have your crap break. No one really likes that, huh? This guy shooting bow and arrow. Used to playing with the sword. So, ow. I wanted to give it a go with the axe though. Back in the day, man. Back in the day with my old character from that first challenge. And I'll put those old videos from the old channel up here too, so you can get a look. The way I did that fight with Ornstein and Smo, I did it with black fire bombs. And here we have the crows, real quick. Hold on.
You, give it smooth. Yes, you, give us silky.
So these guys, you can give the smooth and silky stone. You just leave it. You can only do one at a time. They seem quite happy.
Too nice, too smooth. Yeah, silky smooth.
And you get Titanite shard. Definitely worth it.
You give it smooth.
You can also drop
Yes, you, give us silky.
the petrified something. That's a thing, and it's in a higher class, so we're going to get something better. But it's totally random what you get. So it's kind of like apparently it's like one of those machines where you put a quarter in, and you know you're going to get a random thing. So
Yeah, too nice. Yeah.
so what do we pick up here? Titanite slab. Wow. Titanite slab, obviously one of the most rare items in the game. The best, you know, probably the rarest stone, and they're used to upgrade a weapon to +10, which is pretty good. Anyway, what I was saying, I used black fire bombs in that original Dark Souls run with the Bandit class to secure my victory over Ornstein and Smo. And then after that, it got a little bit ridiculous. I ended up upgrading the character a little bit. Not leveling him up, but like upgrading his weapon and such. Because when you fight Nito, he's got skeletons with him that keep regenerating. Here we arrive at Majula, a really cool area, I think. A bit depressing with the setting sun, but I think the Soul series does a great job with their areas of rest, kind of like your Firelink Shrines, your Nexus, an area where the player kind of returns to and kind of has that little brief respite. I mean, I think one of the things the Soul series does so well is it creates this feeling of hopelessness. And it's just so unique in video games. Most games, they have a tutorial, you know, and they get right into a story, and they really explain what's going on. You know, not Dark Souls. Dark Souls will right away just tell you you're gonna be sucking for a while here. Let's talk to the Emerald Herald.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
She gives us the Estus Flask, the healing item.
Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
Okay. And that's all the guidance we get on our quest, which is just, to me, great. Like figuring things out myself. First thing we'll do, there's a couple pieces of treasure here in Majula. One is this, pretty obvious here, this life gem. Life gems are pretty key, because right now, we'll equip our Estus Flask and keep it there the entire game. I like to put my humanity back, or human effigy, in Dark Souls is humanity, back there. So this is basically our quick access belt here. Obviously Estus Flask, life gems, things of that nature are definitely very helpful to have. You know, healing up front and then like the usable items that you use a lot. Here we have a merchant.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
So Maulin the Armorer, and he sells some shields and some armor sets here. Some cool stuff. I do want this shield here. The shield has 90 physical defense, which is pretty good for the starter. 3 units of weight. It takes 10 strength to wield though, so I'll probably have to put some in there. So,
well, I do hope I see you again.
I'll be around, homie. All right, first, let's just with impunity. Let's just rob this guy. Got something back here. Let me look at it. Titan edge shard times 1. Definitely useful. Definitely need to upgrade weapons in this game. Let's see. I have some souls I picked up, and we're going to use them right now. Kind of add a little bit so we can buy some stuff up here just to start our journey. I guess I'll buy that shield.
Well, thank you for coming back. Do take a look at my wares.
Alright, I will. I'll buy this. And we'll talk to him a little bit.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here? Thanks very much. And do please come again.
So Maulin, pretty interesting backstory to him. A merchant who doesn't know why the heck he's here. The mansion right now is locked. Oh, and I almost forgot the second little piece of treasure we need to get here. This poor fellow has an Estus Flask shard, which will allow us to upgrade the Estus Flask and be able to use it twice instead of once. And each time you find one of those dang shards, you'll be getting another hit of the Estus. So definitely important. Definitely, probably one of the most important things to be on the lookout for as we explore the different areas.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
And you go to upgrade Estus Flask. Estus Flask strengthened. Why, thank you. And can we level up here? I know our strength needed one more hit, and we're only at 9, and I need like 100 souls. So, looks like that shield will have to wait. So, I'll talk to this fellow up here. This cool obelisk-looking structure. And here we can see that there are now 191 million, over 191 million deaths worldwide. And it's kind of funny because earlier today I looked at the number and it was not quite 191, but now it is in less than a couple hours. We have this amazing view of the sun, setting sun. We can see a fortress in the distance to the, if that's the west, and that would be north. So to the north, yeah, to the north, directly north of where we are, we have, along the coast, we have a fortress. To the northeast, we have a dark tower rising from the mountains. And then, well, to the west, relative to where we are, we have some kind of ruins in the water. So pretty cool. You can see some areas, and before that dark tower you can see some kind of bridge, looks like aqueducts maybe, back there in the woods. So pretty cool. And we have this gentleman right here. We'll talk to him.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drangleic these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now. Like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
Sure, why not? We get a ring.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace.
Interesting that the Blue Sentinels came up. They're one of the covenants in this game. And Maul and the shop owner had a different opinion about them, so it's kind of interesting. Let's take a look at the Blue Sentinel, Blue Seal. The Ring of the Way of Blue Covenant increases HP slightly. The Way of Blue is not a developed religion. It is a humble prayer that spread naturally amongst those seeking help. When apostles of blue are invaded by the dark spirits, they can receive assistance from masters of other worlds. Okay. Basically a free ring. And I like to go to this lovely lady in here to abandon covenants. Where is she? Where is she? There she is.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
Why, thank you. And here we can just take a look at covenants. I do want to abandon this covenant. I just wanted the ring. And I'm pretty sure that when you abandon covenants with her, you don't get the sin buildup. And the sin buildup is what, you know, allows the goody two-shoe covenants to basically invade you and crush your soul. She also sells some items. She sells Ring of Evil Eye, Silver Cat Ring, Red Eye, Name Engraved Ring, and the Ring of Whispers. We'll be getting the Silver Cat and the Ring of Whispers. Silver Cat allowing you to survive some falls. That's it for now.
Satisfied? I'll be around if you ever come back.
Why, thank you. Here we have a giant hole. Leads to an area, but we can't get there just yet. And the mansion is locked for now. So right now we'll start off on the journey to that fortress we saw in the distance here. And I'm going without a shield, and we'll see if I regret that. You know, want to keep it moving. The beginning is definitely slow. A lot of cutscenes, a lot of NPC talking, dialogue. And again, this isn't a game that really explains what's going on. So that's probably the most we're going to get for for a lot of the game. We're going to hear dialogue, kind of get some kind of grounding in this universe, and then let's go. You know. So all in all, not too much backstory if you think about it. We're in some kind of limbo. We have the dark sign. We're cursed. And we have to defeat the 4 great ones, make our soul greater, more strong, to meet the king, to break the curse. Yeah, and that's where we're at. Down here we have a little chest. You can see there's an enemy type called the mimicry, which is basically a giant monster that lives inside a chest. The chest turns into a mouth and eats you. You can see right where the lid and the bottom of the box touch, right on the metal, and that seam in the middle. Mimicries, they move slightly, and I think you can see their teeth in Dark Souls 2. You can also hit them, and if it's an enemy, it'll react, and if not, it shouldn't destroy the box, but you can destroy wooden boxes. If you destroy the wooden box, then whatever's inside becomes rubble. So that human effigy, had I destroyed it, when there's still something to pick up there, but it becomes rubble. And here we have a hippo playing in the water. Probably just going to bypass him. He's having fun. Let him do his thing. We ain't got time for him. We have time for these guys, though. Oh, dang. Thrashing about pretty wildly. Oh, shoot! Wow, I don't know how I dodged that, and I freaking walked into that one. Okay. One thing I would note about this version of the game, as opposed to, say, the PS3 version of Dark Souls 2, is that there are a lot of ambushes. Many ambushes in this game. Enemies will aggro on you from a whole bunch of different areas. Maybe not in the line of sight, and they'll aggro on you and come running out of nowhere seemingly to execute that ambush. And basically more ambushes mean more death, unfortunately. Okay, I got staggered by that. And that was a good example of a stagger effect, which is kind of annoying. There's a ring you can buy that can give you more poise. See right here, like, didn't know where they came from necessarily. Not exactly used to the axe here, but forget about it. I'm the bandit, and I'm gonna freaking play it up. The shield definitely helps. I definitely would like to get that shield just to be able to block this silly crap that kind of comes out of these guys. They throw some you know, some crap at you. Nice backstab. Doesn't kill him though, does it? Ah, never mind. He did. He did. He gone. Up here we got a guy throwing bombs. Whatever. Didn't hit me. That's cool. So these guys are going to get up, try to join the party. Probably good to just put them all down again. Some of them don't even have weapons. I'm out of stamina. Oh! Good night, sweet prince. Please go back to sleep. Thank you. Don't mind me. I'm just walking around in the woods. I'm really not here to really... Infantry axe? Infantry axe. Not as good. An axe wielded by Drangleic infantry. A makeshift crude weapon that deals an underwhelming... yeah, we'll just go back to the hand axe. Okay. But I'm pretty sure I've never picked that up. Broken straight sword. Not really going to help as much. Human effigy, always helping. That guy, his freaking grenades, not helping either. Hollow infantry helm. Pretty sure it's not going to be as good as punch that guy in the nuts, I think. That was kind of cool. Broken straight sword again. Put these guys down. Oh shoot, you're getting up too? Okay. You can see I'm about maybe a third of the way through the weapon durability, so realistic, I suppose. This guy. They can kick on the ladders, so you kind of have to be careful. Don't really have much. One thing about this weapon is don't have much range with it. You know, don't have much range with the hand axe. I like it. It's good sweeping side to side attacks, but you have to get right up on the guy, right up on an enemy to make sure you get him. Should fall down. Get right up close and personal. Two hand. Not bad. What's he dropping? Hollow infantry helm. A lot of drops so far. We're going to jump to this ledge here. Pick up some loot up here. Up here. Short sword. I might have enough dex to actually use that. And then there's some more loot we can jump to that's over above that bonfire here. Down the steps, down the steps. Down the ladder. The ladder slide. This guy's he's hanging out here. He's straight leg into the ground and looks like he's bowing to us. A mighty jump to this ledge. Oh, made it. And we pick up Soul of a Nameless Soldier and 10 throwing knives. Definitely very useful. Anything consumable is pretty cool to pick up. And this guy somehow didn't fight us yet. 50 more souls. So we've cut down quite a few of these infantry guys. But definitely, I think one of the reasons why the newer version, this edition, is harder, more difficult, definitely because the way that waves of enemies attack you. Maybe you'll get pulled into an area with one guy, and oh, I can take him. And then before you know it, there's troops coming from behind you and every which way. So in here you see a little ambush. Looks like some kind of explosive device. Oh! Nice back step. And not such a nice counter hit there. Very nice back step, and then I hit the wall like an idiot. These guys don't hit for much, but again, oh, that's not good. Probably gonna use a life gem here. Yeah. Nerd. There we go. Definitely, oh, hey, what's up? Go back to sleep, please. Thank you. Don't mind me. I'm telling you, I'm not here to really, like, ruin your crap. 20 wood bolts, definitely good. Yeah, there's just some black powder crates. See, this fella here. Oh! Hello, sir. Yeah. The power attack is good. However, it doesn't have the range. It's all about that range. I really like long swords because they have a thrust attack that gives you some really nice range. This guy, yeah, again, not having the shield kind of annoying. These guys down. Come on. There we go. Chop that guy down. Picking up life gems. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Life gems are something great. You can just pocket them, especially buckler. Especially as you don't have a lot of. We don't have a lot of Estus shards yet, so that Estus flask you can only use it twice. But life gems, I'm pretty sure you could probably get up to about 99 of them. So and eventually some of the salesmen, the vendors, will be selling them like selling infinite amounts for like 300 souls. And later on in the game, that's nothing. You know, it's peanuts. So it's a good, you know, secondary item to have just in case, you know, you want to heal a little bit. But for right now, it's a crap ton of our bar. Who's this? Sadine? Oh, there's quite a few summon signs here, huh? Hype Beast 2848, welcome. And Vahelis, lady with not much clothes on. Okay, bonfire's lit. We have a statue of a woman, and we have this character.
Buy something, anything. Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
So this is the merchant hag Melentia, and she's got some good stuff here. She has a Pharaoh's Lockstone, which opens contraptions you find throughout the world. They usually have good loot, and it's good to have these because they're basically the keys to these little, I guess, locks onto secret areas, and you can access a lot of stuff. Frigate Branches of Yore, they are used to restore the living from petrification, so that that person who's turned to stone. And then this Lengrass key opens Blacksmith's Lengrass shop in Majula. I didn't talk to him, but he's that green guy who was sitting near that one little house. He was locked out, and now we can go back and let him in. So, very good pickup there.
My name is Melentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Drangleic's been a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. And the giants crossed the sea. It seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own.
That's an interesting piece of dialogue. Kind of going back to either the dark sign that every undead has, or just every human being has their own personal struggles. So, kind of interesting.
They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. But you know what they also say?
don't believe what an old hag says. It's high time that I pick up and move. I've a bargain for you next time we meet, my love. Thank you kindly.
Eesh. Okay. So that brings us to the Cardinal Tower bonfire. And I would love to buy that Pharaoh's Lockstone. So let's see. Up the stairs. Up the stairs we go. And one thing you'll notice about Dark Souls 2 is it's very dark. Lighting. Oh, it's locked. Well, good thing it's a little wooden door. Crystal Lizard! Crystal Lizard, need to get them. Are you serious? Dude, are you kidding me? Oh my god. And see, that's... okay. Cool. Hand axe, radiant light gem. That's one of the I thought I was going to blow myself up there. That was really unfortunate. Crystal Lizards, certain weapon types hit them way better. And as you can see, this hand axe is not one of them. Very, very dark in here. But we do have some kind of treasure. And we have a guy who's about to come stab me. Okay, well first, why don't you take a nap, buddy? Give me some souls, and what do we got in here? Small white soapstone. That's kind of cool. So that's, we can put our sign down to cooperate with people. We saw those out there in that room. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to come back, because I really... You need to get Crystal Lizards. Crystal Lizards, they're always going to be... They run, and they usually lead you into some kind of trap. However, if you miss it, if you go to a bonfire, it'll respawn the Crystal Lizard. But those daggone... Okay, why am I pointing? Okay. Those daggone sons of guns... I can actually use the short sword. Okay, I'm going to use this little short sword to get this little bastard. But they really do help with upgrading your weapons, you know. So you really need to get them. Yeah, there we go. Right on point. And what do we get? We get 2 Titanite shards, you know. Right at the beginning of the game, that's very critical, you know. We need to get something that hits a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder. I might use this short sword right now. Let's see in comparison. So we're doing 100 plus 41 as opposed to 100. Or actually, it's one. Well, it'd be 135. Yeah. So this, yeah, this is doing better. Our hand axe is stronger. It makes sense. Hand axe has a little more weight to it. Sometimes it's pretty simple, really, the way you do when you compare weapons. If it's blue, oh jeez, if it's, oh, he almost got me with this really big wind up. If it's blue, it's better. Again, it's one of the things. The Soul series doesn't really tell you what is better or not. That guy's gonna get up when I get the Soul, and I'm gonna go put him right back down. So, I would love to be able to get enough damn souls to get that Pharaoh's Lockstone. That'll be good. I don't like to farm, that's pretty lame. No one likes a farmer. 2,000, it's 4,000, jeez. I think I should be able to get it if I just go out here and kind of... Oh, almost died. That would have been great. Torch. Let's kill some fools. Try to build ourselves up to that 4,000 to get enough for that daggone. A lot of people dying here, jeez. Okay, get out of there. There we go. Nice dodge. Cut this guy down to size. Head up. Take out some of these daggone archers. Damn it. One thing to note, why would you look at him when there's a guy with a spear right in front of your face? One thing to note, it's kind of annoying, is that arrows and such and the like, they kind of hone, they lock on and like heat seeker missile your ass. Not really realistic. I don't really like it. Be careful with this part. Yep, big boulder rolls past. Human effigy, always good, always welcome. And a character up here, but yeah, arrows they lock on, so you gotta be careful. It's good to have a shield to block them, but whatever. And we got this cat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Kale. I'm a traveler like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map.
Hold that thought. Right in my butt. Whatever. Please die. Amber herb. Okay. Continue, good sir.
Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse. How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps.
Interesting.
I came to this land some time ago. Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Medulla? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall. Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion.
Why, thank you.
What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. Now, I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please. I'll be back in Medulla soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
Let's do that. He gave us the key to the mansion, and now we can access it. This is just a dead end. That's the hole of the boulder where it rolled to. Let's go out here. And head back to that bonfire. This little area. There's one more piece of treasure I can get. I can never seem to dodge those dang things, man. Okay, you take a seat. Stop shooting damn arrows at me. Ooh, nice little front flip. Yeah, there's a treasure down by that gate right there. Let's go pick that up. Hey, we came all the way over here. Let's make it worth our while here. I think there's another guy below us here. So, who just shot me? What? Oh, there he is. Oh, you freaking nerd. Okay. Got me. Good, you got me. Yep. Here we go. Little hidden guy. He can really surprise you there. I think I'm going to have to cut it short here. After I pick up this treasure, Titanite shard, definitely worth coming over here to get. You see treasure on the other side. Then we just make it back to the bonfire, and then I'll probably have to cut this video, and then we'll have to move on to the next one. But it's interesting. This area, yeah, pretty much, as far as I know, I mean, I'm not an official guy here, but this is what I like to get in this area. And that should pretty much wrap up this playthrough here. Again, returning to the bonfire. So we're almost there for that daggone pharaoh. Actually, you know, I probably have some souls. I probably picked up some souls here to be able to buy this freaking this daggone thing. Yes. Okay. Oh.
I knew you'd be back. It's high time that I pick up a...
Okay. It's actually good to spend money with her too, because if you spend a certain amount, she gives you... There we go. She gives you the gold, covetous gold serpent ring +1, and it gives you the ability to find items really easily. So spending money with her, I'm pretty sure the only thing you need to do is buy the key, the Pharaoh's Loxodon, and the fragrant branch of Yore, and you should be good. Note that she also sells the life gems and the human effigy, very good. And throwing knives, they're good too. I mean, there's a lot of good crap. And she has some, I mean, don't buy the broken straight sword, but, you know, pretty useful.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. So that's it for this play. We will see you next time. Peace out. Adios, amigos.